Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Megan and I'm the owner of a small business called Fauna, where I mostly make and sell scrunchies, but I also do loads of fun things like macrame, keychains, a whole bunch of fun goodies like that. And if you haven't caught any of my recent videos, I'm basically using the month of August to chill out and to take it easy, but also catch up with everything that I'm behind on. So whether that be content creating, planning future collections, making loads of items, loads of different things like that. And I'm having a great day today. It's currently Wednesday and I have a day off work today because I don't just run Fauna Rose, I also have a small part-time job as well, and I originally booked today off because I was supposed to have had an event today. I don't usually do midweek events, but it was actually one at the military base where Alex works, my other half, but unfortunately he has been deployed. Is that the right word? He's currently out of areas. By the time this video goes back he will be back, and unfortunately I need Alex and his car for an outdoor setup because my normal setup, like my indoor market setup, doesn't fit in my car, let alone my outdoor setup like my gazebo, my weights, everything like that. So unfortunately I did have to cancel it, but because I've got loads of holiday still to use from work, I've just kept it as a day off, which I'm very happy about because it means I can spend the entire day working on the business, taking it easy, doing some housework, not stressing about rushing and getting to work. I have just been spending the last few days cracking on with stuff, so I'm sorry I've not really filmed everything, but I do have the odd few clips that I can include and I will include just to show you what I've been up to and stuff. But I am starting this video quite late. It's just reached midday. I wanted to start the video a little bit earlier, but unfortunately we've had some issues with the water in the area, so I've had to wait to get ready, but I've still been getting on with stuff while I've been waiting. But basically, if you would have caught last week's video, I've been trying to smash out as many mystery scrunchies as possible, and so far I'm quite happy that I have managed to. So over the last few days I did sit down, I prepped a bunch of mystery bags, so I sat and stamped all the mystery bags. I printed off more of the stickers that go on the back, just briefly explaining what they are. Sorry if I sound like a broken record to those of you who aren't new here, but if you are new here, my mystery scrunchies are just made from like old waste backstock leftover fabric because I don't want to create any waste, so they're really affordable. They're mystery scrunchies, not my kind of usual vibe for the shop. They don't have my logo labels in, and it's just a little bit of fun for people to choose and have a mystery scrunchie. I made up Elizabeth's headband, which was really exciting. She chose one of my macrame custom headbands and she went with a fully purple one. I haven't made a fully purple one yet, so I was really excited to make it, and then I packaged her order, so I will leave that footage in here in a second. But Elizabeth, thank you so much. All her other goodies were really satisfying as well. They were like blues and purples, and I did take a couple more clips I think that day, so I'll pop them in here, so I hope you enjoy them. Just had some exciting stuff arrive. So first of all, I finally have my hands on the Hellflower backpack, and thank God as well, because my friend Georgia, who owns Hellflower, if you're into alternative things, if you like gothic things, edgy things, anything like that, please check her out. She's absolutely incredible, and so is her business. I've been lusting over this backpack for a very long time and I really wanted to treat myself to it, but mortgage stitch, cost of living, everything's expensive, so treats have kind of gone out the window. But she did a sale the other day and I'm pretty sure it was to discontinue a bunch of items, and I couldn't miss the opportunity to get this. I finally have it, so this has just arrived. How cute is this? I love the fact that the zips are these big chunky ass safety pins. I think they're so cool. Very, very happy with it, and it's like the perfect size because it's like a mini backpack, but it's also big enough to fit loads of stuff in. I use my other Hellflower bag every single day currently and I love it. The amount of stuff that I can fit in it is incredible, but if I ever need to bring slightly more stuff without having to bring a massive bag, I'm a bit like so this is going to be absolutely perfect. So it says Hellflower in the middle, it's got a little popper, and it's got this big compartment here, an even bigger compartment here. It's got a drinks holder, another drinks holder. It also has these little D-rings here so I can add another strap if I want, and then it also has this compartment on the back. So obsessed. So Georgia, thanks babes. And I've also finally bought another rotary cutter. Mine has just failed on me. It's given up. Well, not the blade, the actual rotary cutter screw that holds it all together. Recently I noticed it was jumping and it was then getting stuck, so I took it all apart and I've realised that the blade has cut through the screw that holds it all together. I basically put some brown tape around it to see if that would hold it in place a little bit better, and as soon as I used it the blade went straight through. I really don't know if that's actually going to show up, but can you see all those little notches at the top? That's not a screw, that's the blade cutting straight through a thick metal bolt over and over again, so the blade kept getting stuck in it. Let's hope that this is good, because I still got a lot more fabric to cut. This is what it looks like. So this bit here, the spring is really stiff, and you just press the button to release it back. I am actually going to pop to the post office to take Elizabeth's order. Thank you so much, lovely. I've got a few errands to run, and then I'll probably have to go to work, but hopefully I can squeeze in testing out that new blade. We'll see. Oh my god, that was so smooth. So as you would have just seen, I did get a new cutting blade, and I have continued cutting all my fabric because I want to have it all ready to go. Don't know what you can see, but this is some of the fabric that I've cut so far. This goes really high up, you can't actually see. There's what, 4 bigger crates, 8 of these smaller crates, and then 4 of these like medium crates here. I've also got another one here. This is here because this is stuff that I want to start tackling soon. And then a bunch of these have also got pre-cut fabric strips in as well. These are all for my scrunchies. So while I've been tackling all that, I've been realising which scrunchies I might have stock on, load stock on, or I don't have the fabric, so I've been ordering more fabric and sort of cutting as I go. So I do still have more fabric to cut, but I'll probably deal with that another day. So other things I've been ordering, I'm constantly ordering my elastic, so I did sit and pre-cut all this yesterday, and then I sat and burnt the edges to stop it from fraying this morning, and then I've ordered some more because I'm constantly going through it and seeing all the scrunchie tubes and stuff I still need to make up. I know I'm gonna run through this probably today. I also ordered more labels. I do still have quite a few labels left, but I'm going through them quickly. I do go through them quickly, and I just want to be prepared and have them ready to go because they go on the majority of my items. So my scrunchies, my wristlets, a bunch of things, they all come on like one reel of ribbon. I can pay more to have them cut, but I don't mind doing it for now, and I can do jobs like that while I'm just sat watching telly, so it doesn't usually bother me, but it does take a very long time. And the next step takes me probably the most time. That's where I fold each label in half, and then I have to sometimes trim them so they're exactly symmetrical, if that makes sense, and then I burn the edges so they stick together. It just makes it easier for when I'm sewing that they're already in shape and they're not slipping about. So this is what we're looking like. I did have quite a lot already made up. I've not done all these in the last few days, but I cut them all into little labels like this and then burn the edges so they end up like this. I do get a lot of messages asking where I get my labels from. Unfortunately, it's not something that I want to share. However, if you literally just type in custom labels, there are so many manufacturers and people that make them out there. It'll literally take you 2 seconds, I promise you. I just found one that works for me, but I've been working slowly on getting these done, so I did a few more of these this morning. And then I did crack on with making even more mystery scrunchies. So I've still got so much more fabric in my fabric stash to get through, but I'm so happy that I've managed to smash out as many as I have. I currently have 144 made up. So here's a little bit of organised chaos, I guess you could say. There is 144 mystery scrunchies here, 100 in here, 44 here, but there is one over there. This is just one I've had in stock, so that can join them. So 145 mystery scrunchies. I've laid them out all perfectly. There's like rows of 8. Yeah, there's a lot, and I'm really glad that I made them because people seem to love them. It stops fabric getting wasted, and yeah, I just feel a little bit more prepared that at least one item I have mass produced. You may just see a few other things on top here. So we've got some wristlets, fabric strips ready to go. Some of them are just pre-cut fabric strips. This morning I did a bunch of bag prep because again it's just another mindless task that I can do. For example, at the crack of dawn when it's too early for me to sew because that's quite loud. These are just more mystery bags because I had the stickers printed off. So one side I stamped with my logo and the other side just says the No Waste Mystery Scrunchies and the information. Double stamped some more paper bags because I can use these for freebies, orders, general packaging for when I'm at markets. Did a few more bags for markets while I had my stamp out because again, no harm being overly prepared. That's the elastic I've already showed you, and you may be able to see here. This is something fun that I was making recently, and I shared the process and kind of a mini tutorial sort of with my family members. If you don't know what that is, it's basically just where you pay a monthly subscription and you get behind the scenes, extra content and things like that, similar to Patreon, but it's on my Buy Me a Coffee page. I'll leave the information down below if you want to join it. But yeah, I made some No Waste mystery bookmarks. Every once in a while I give away freebies in orders, so I've got a sales tracker. If you land on a freebie hat, I will pop some freebies in your orders. So I basically made some cute bookmarks, and that's what all board. These are just from leftover fabric, which was a really fun project to do, so that's what those are. And then I've also been tackling even more scrunchies. So I've got 2 boxes down there. The bottom one, all the finishing seams have been done, they're ready to go, but I've not popped them into my stock yet because I need to do a stock count and things like that, edit listings on my website. I'll come to that eventually. This one that was on top is all my satin scrunchies, or some similar fabric scrunchies that I can use the same needle for to do the finishing seams. So these all need the finishing seams doing. They've been sat there for ages waiting for me to get round to it, so I am hoping to tackle some of these today, hopefully all of them. I would also like to get some wristlets started today. I'm going to get my iron out in a minute. Hopefully I'm going to tackle some more of this box. So this is what I've been doing as of yesterday. It's just more of my pattern scrunchies. I have obviously popped the elastic in these, turned them into scrunchies, but they still need the seams doing. And then there's a bunch of tubes here ready to go, so hopefully I can tackle some of this today. So we've got lots to do, and that was a lot of talking, so I'm going to go get myself a drink and then we're going to crack on. So as you would have seen, I decided to tackle a bunch of my interfacing. I've got quite a big stash of it because when I went back home for Christmas, I go to some fabric shops with my mum, and one of the shops had a huge collection of bags of what was classed as remnants interfacing, and it's not really remnants. The sheets I've got are like massive. I've got 3 full bags. I think I've just used 1 full bag, but I've still got all of this, and these were only like £1 to £2 a bag, so it's lasting me ages, cost me next to nothing. Love when you find stuff like that in shops. It did take me about 2 hours but I've got the time today, so why not? It'll save me doing it in the future, and I have all of this interfacing pre-cut now ready to go. That is a lot of pieces. Got the iron heating up, and I'm gonna iron some wristlets into shape. Here's a bunch of strips that I already have cut. This one I found in my little stash of random things. It's already got interfacing on and it has been folded in half, but I'm gonna give it a quick press again and then finish it off. But I've got all these ready to go. Some of these I have started sewing, but my sewing machine was just having a minute, so I need to unpick some of those stitches because they're a bit messy. So my aim is to at least get this stack ironed into shape. So interfacing on, ironed into shape, so that they're all like this. I'm listening to my spooky podcast. I'm just having a great time, not stressing about rushing to work. I need to take days off more often, I think. Cue the time lapse. That's all them ironed and that took me half an hour just to iron everything flat. I did grab a few more pieces because I thought, oh well, I've got the iron out, I might as well. So next I'm going to add the interfacing into the middle, and I'll see how long that takes me. That has just taken me about an hour to fold them all in half and iron them. There's quite a lot there, and it's gone 4:15, so it's getting quite late, which I'm trying to tell myself it's okay because I'm a little bit gutted I've not done as much as I wanted to, in terms of I've not even touched the scrunchies and their final seams and stuff, but I did end up picking out quite a big selection of wristlets to sort. So I've decided what I'm going to do, not just yet, but I'm going to try and trim these down. I don't usually do this. I go straight into the next step of ironing, which turns them from this size to to this size. That usually is the bit that takes me a very long time, because once you start adding heat, once you start ironing them, adding the interfacing, obviously the fabric can start to warp, change shape, stretch out and things like that. So no matter how precise you cut your fabric, they're never going to be exact. So when it comes to folding them in, you're kind of fighting against a tough bit of interfacing to get them precise. You've got all the little extra fuzzies that start to come away. So I might actually trim these down to make them precise and see if that makes a massive difference when it comes to me ironing them into shape. We'll see. But just been informed that Alex's car should be getting delivered soon. We finally managed to sort one, so please keep your fingers crossed that this one survives and lasts us at least 50 years. While I'm waiting for that, I think I might go and do a little bit of housework, spend some time with the cats, sort the car out hopefully, and then I will pop back and get a little bit more work done this evening. But I might also run this video into tomorrow, I'm not really sure yet. Hi guys, so it's quite a bit later, it's nearly 6 PM now, but the car's here and just our luck on the brand new tyre that it's just had put on, there's a massive nail screw tack in it. Let's hope it's fixable, but you know when you're just like, can we just have like one thing go right and smooth and easy without a hiccup? Even a little hiccup, it's just annoying, you know? One day we will have something go well without loads of other things going wrong. But anyway, at least that's currently somewhat sorted, it's here. While I was waiting, I did start to cut some of these and I don't know if it's necessarily going to help, so I'm probably going to carry on at cutting these. My video has just gone live, my studio vlogs, it is Wednesday. I really hope that vlog does okay because my views have been very slow. I know it is summer, but just to put it into perspective, sales get really low, YouTube views get really low, which means your income is very low. I'm obviously not doing any markets this month, but that's out of choice. But my income from YouTube last month and this month pretty much halved, which was a bit of a kick to the gut, and I was like, oh no, not good, especially when we've got a car that we've not got paid for. So fingers crossed that vlog does okay. Let's get these pieces cut. Good morning guys. So I stupidly stayed up late last night. It was probably about half midnight by the time I stopped. So I did sit and trim all of the folded edges, and it did make the final ironing step quite easy, but it took me ages to trim each of these down. So I don't know if it was necessarily worth it. Maybe I'd have to consider if the time saved on the ironing part is worth the cutting part, if that makes sense. But they are nice and crisp and they're looking really, really cool. So I've got all of these here ready to go, as well as these ones here. These ones get finished off with black thread, these get finished off with white thread, and then I also have the pile that you can see there that I already had. So that's 38 more wristlet straps. How many did I just say were there? There's 12 here, so there's exactly 50 wristlets ready to go, which I am really happy with. So let's see if we can get some of these scrunchies quickly sewn up, because there's quite a lot of them, and because they're all different colours, I'm gonna have to keep changing the threads and the bobbins and stuff. That's the bit that kind of takes a while when I do the finishing seam. So let's have a look what we've got. So here's all the different scrunchies that we need to sew up. I've just kind of put them in colour order just so I have a rough idea of how many I've got of each one, and then these ones all can be sewn up with white thread. So there's some Cleos, some Angels and some Stellas in there, but we use the same needle for these. So I need to get all of these hopefully done. Let's see if we can do it. So I've got all the thread colours that I need ready to go, so it's quite a lot. A few of the bobbin, Try again. Most of the bobbins are already wound. I think there's only like one I need to rewind. Got some fresh needles ready to go. I use a really fine needle when I do my satins, and I always try and use a new one so it's sharp. Got my mask because I need to start caring about my lungs, because the amount of fabric dust that I create when I'm cutting fabric and also sewing is quite bad. So I have been wearing a mask recently. So what time are we on? It's 11:45. Jesus, I need to crack on. Let's see how long it takes me. There's something about wearing a mask and earphones or headphones that really hurts my ears and my head. But I've been sewing for about an hour. This is how we're looking. We got quite a lot done, so I still have a couple of the Alex scrunchies, and then I've got pumpkin scrunchies, and then I've got quite a lot of the Emerald, Lauren and Aqua ones to do. We're getting there, but I am going to go and have some lunch. I need to feed the cats. I have just had a very quick look at some notifications that have come through and comments from the video that went live last night. Thank you guys so much for all your suggestions and advice and stuff when it comes to sewing. I am making quite a conscious effort at the minute to broaden my skills and my knowledge when it comes to sewing, because I am a very, very basic sewer. I do know quite a lot about certain things. I know you have to have different types of needles for different types of fabrics. So you've got your ball points, different types of stretch needles for stretchy fabrics, the different size needles and things like that. So don't worry, I'm somewhat knowledgeable on the needle stitch. But I've had a quick read through at some of the advice and things that people have been recommending, and thank you guys so much. I will happily give some of those a go. And I have seen some of those techniques and things in videos I've been watching recently, so I'm adding it to my list of things to try if I ever come across some problems again. But I do appreciate everyone's help. It's really nice to see that people are trying to help me out with that one. So I'm always willing to try things and learn new things. So if you guys ever have any fun tips and tricks or whatever when it comes to sewing, like, please definitely let me know in the comments. I'd love to read them. And like I said, I'm always willing to learn stuff. So I'm gonna go get some lunch. I'm finally done with these satin scrunchies after they've sat in this box for probably months now. Well, some of them definitely have. So they do obviously need the threads cut in. I realised I had a swim scrunchie sneaking in with the orange satins. While I had the orange thread in, I swapped out to a needle for stretchy fabric, and then I thought, why I've got that needle in, I might as well grab the other stretchy scrunchies that I knew were in that box behind me and just sew them up, and then I swapped back to the other needle and then did the rest of the satin. So I've got an extra orange, olive and purple swim scrunchies, as well as my final Paloma mini that I found. It's creeping closer to me needing to go to work, so I'm probably gonna quickly tackle getting some of these made up, and then we'll see what time we've got left. But I'm getting there. It's very slow progress, but we're getting there. I don't know what you can see, but we started to get a little bit messy. I've got quite a lot of bits on the surfaces that I want to tidy. I'm running out of time, but I have just done a little bit of a quick tidy and hoover. These are all the empty crates that I've just had all the scrunchies in. I think I'm going to very quickly try and go through my drawers of scrunchies and see which scrunchies I desperately need to restock and make, and then I'm going to go through all the pre-cut fabric that's in various crates everywhere. But I still have so much to do. I've still got loads of scrunchies to make. I've still got all my macrame items to tackle, all them wristlets to finish. There is so much to still do. So let's see what we need. That is a lot of scrunchies I still need to make. That's just my satins. I'm not even looked at the patterns yet. But if I don't leave for work now, I'm going to be late. So I just want to say thank you so much if you watched the video all the way through. I've been constantly listening to my spooky podcast, and one of the stories that she was reading, the person in the story said their cat was called Mr. Chips, and it made me laugh so much. So guys, if any of you have any pets, I don't care what they are, please leave their names down below because I love hearing what people call their pets. Really random comment, but thank you so much if you watch this video all the way through, and thanks for joining me as I try and catch up with absolutely everything. But if you could give it a massive thumbs up, leave me a comment down below and subscribe. A huge thank you to every single one of you who has subscribed recently. We hit 4,000 subscribers, which means the absolute world. It was on my goal list for 2024, so guys, thank you so much. I'll probably talk a bit more about that in the future and do a giveaway and stuff, but I love you all. All the social media, everything's linked down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.